Today, we're exploring the key ideas from 10 Things Girls Need Most by Steve Biddulph. This is an independent educational overview, enriched with our own integrative analysis and actionable exercises. Think of it as a guided reflection to spark your own insights, not a replacement for reading the book itself. This insightful commentary illuminates the profound and multifaceted journey of guiding a daughter toward confident womanhood. It frames girlhood as a purposeful expedition, emphasizing that parents are not merely observers, but crucial navigators. The core premise posits that understanding a daughter's unique developmental trajectory, coupled with a deep reflection on one's own upbringing, unlocks the potential for truly supportive parenting. This self-awareness helps parents identify and proactively address any gaps from their own past, ensuring their daughter receives the most robust foundation possible. The commentary delineates 5 universal stages of development, from the foundational need for secure attachment in infancy to the critical task of preparing for adult independence in late adolescence. While these stages mark distinct focuses, the underlying thread is a continuous evolution towards self-discovery and thriving. Recognizing a girl's current developmental needs allows for tailored support, preventing common pitfalls, and fostering an environment where she can explore, connect, and ultimately flourish. It's a call to conscious, responsive parenting, where the parent's emotional landscape and historical experiences become vital tools in shaping a daughter's positive trajectory. This holistic approach ensures not just survival, but genuine joy, resilience, and a deep sense of belonging for every girl. Cultivating a resilient inner landscape. The bedrock of a girl's journey towards self-assured womanhood is a securely fortified inner world, shaped by foundational love, freedom, purpose, and spiritual connection. From the earliest moments, a profound sense of belonging and innate worth is paramount, allowing a child to venture into the world with confidence and forge meaningful bonds. This fundamental security is ideally established in the tender years, perhaps through a parent's calm, attentive presence during a moment of distress, offering co-regulation that teaches a child emotional mastery. A household characterized by a hurried pace, however, risks eroding this vital connection, hindering a child's ability to self-regulate and diminishing the deep sense of love required for a sturdy emotional base. Parents themselves require a village of support, a network of individuals who replenish their emotional reservoirs, enabling them to give generously to their children. Crucially, it is never too late to address a less than secure beginning. Adolescence, with its renewed emotional openness, often presents a valuable opportunity to re-establish and strengthen these essential feelings of safety and comfort. Complementing this secure foundation is the critical need to protect and nurture a girl's inherent wildness and safeguard her childhood from premature adultification. Modern pressures often truncate this vital period, forcing girls to confront complex social and personal choices prematurely, leading to heightened anxiety and a diminished sense of uninhibited joy. Counteracting this trend means actively encouraging physical freedom, perhaps through boisterous outdoor play where scraped knees are badges of honor, or messy creative endeavors that prioritize expression over perfection. Connecting with the natural world, whether splashing in puddles or climbing trees, sharpens sensory awareness and builds a robust physicality. Parents, particularly fathers, can play a significant role in encouraging adventurous activities, fostering a hardiness that builds confidence from the inside out. Simultaneously, it is imperative to fence out the incessant torrent of toxic cultural messages. This includes challenging the pervasive curse of perfect, which demands external validation and undermines authentic achievement, and meticulously managing exposure to media that exploits a girl's natural social wiring for commercial gain, often propagating unrealistic body ideals or fostering consumerism. Prioritizing genuine play and unhurried development over early academic pressure allows a girl to grow slow, grow strong, cultivating intrinsic motivation rather than succumbing to external performance demands. A parent's own example of healthy body image and self-acceptance speaks volumes, demonstrating that true strength emanates from within, not from external approval. As this inner landscape develops, fostering a girl's unique passions, or sparks, becomes another vital component of her resilience and happiness. These deep interests, whether it's sketching imaginary creatures, perfecting a challenging gymnastic move, or passionately advocating for animal welfare, ignite enthusiasm and connect her to a wider world. Children engaged in their sparks exhibit greater happiness, confidence, and perseverance, often experiencing a state of flow that combines relaxation with profound focus. For a spark to truly catch fire, it needs dual fuel. At least one supportive family member providing practical assistance, like driving to a dance class or patiently listening to an elaborate story, and external adults, such as a caring teacher or coach, who recognize and encourage this burgeoning talent. Without this crucial ecosystem of support, many sparks unfortunately flicker and fade. However, parents must also discern between genuine sparks and false sparks. Activities driven by external pressures, such as an obsessive focus on dieting for appearance or performance anxiety that strips joy from an otherwise healthy pursuit. While a dance class might be a true spark for one child, for another, it could become a source of intense competition and body image distress. The goal is to move beyond simply managing a child to truly aspiring for their thriving, giving them the space to discover what genuinely captures their spirit, without imposing rigid expectations about future utility or success. When schools, too, become adept at identifying and nurturing these individual sparks, the synergy can profoundly enrich a child's educational journey and overall well-being. Ultimately, the deepest layer of a resilient inner landscape is a cultivated spirit, a fundamental shift in perception that recognizes one's intrinsic place within an interconnected web of existence. This perspective offers liberation from the me-first mentality prevalent in society, guiding individuals away from superficial concerns towards deeper meaning. Spirituality, understood not as a rigid dogma, but as the totality of life, is experienced through moments that refresh the soul, whether hiking through ancient woods, creating a piece of art, or volunteering at a local shelter. It serves as an internal compass, shaping a worldview that prioritizes collaboration over competition, cherishes nature as sacred, and believes in life's inherent purpose. In a culture often impoverished of such holistic meaning, parents can foster this spiritual awakening by modeling these values, encouraging exploration of the profound, and building a supportive tribe of adults who share a common purpose, caring for the world and each other. This journey culminates in a deep sense of belonging and peace, understanding that one's existence is woven into the fabric of something infinitely larger and more enduring than oneself. Navigating the relational tapestry. A girl's path to mature womanhood is intricately woven with her ability to forge and sustain healthy relationships, a skill set developed through continuous interaction with family and peers. Early childhood marks the beginning of this complex journey into friendship, where parents serve as crucial coaches, guiding their daughters through the inevitable triumphs and heartbreaks of social engagement. Creating a safe space where a girl can openly discuss her daily experiences, perhaps recounting a disagreement with a classmate without fear of judgment, is paramount. Through this, parents can instill fundamental relational skills, the joy of sharing and taking turns, the crucial ability to feel for others, the nuanced art of regulating emotions like anger or frustration without lashing out, and the humility of offering a genuine apology. Learning to discern intentions by reading nonverbal cues and cultivating cautious trust, understanding when to be open and when to exercise discernment, are also invaluable. The social landscape is not always straightforward, however. Girls may encounter yo-yo friends, whose erratic behavior, alternating between warmth and coolness, can be deeply unsettling and manipulative. Parents must help their daughters identify such patterns, gently encouraging them to gravitate towards more consistent, supportive connections. Bullying among girls often manifests as relational aggression, a more insidious form that relies on exclusion, whispered rumors, and sarcastic remarks, now amplified exponentially by the digital sphere of social media. This can be as damaging as any physical assault, eroding self-esteem and fostering profound anxiety. While schools bear a responsibility to intervene effectively, persistent and severe bullying may necessitate adult involvement, perhaps even exploring alternative environments where a girl can feel safe. Furthermore, some girls may present with unique social difficulties stemming from conditions such as Asperger's syndrome, often masked by an ability to mimic social cues, leading to misdiagnosis or internal distress. Recognizing indicators like unusually formal speech, intense specific interests, or a keen sense of justice can help parents provide tailored support, allowing these girls to navigate social situations with greater ease and appreciate their distinct contributions to the world. Beyond friendships, the profound influence of a father's love and respect forms a foundational template for all future male relationships a daughter will experience. A dad is often a girl's first significant male presence, and his kindness, active interest, respectful treatment of her mother, and willingness to simply spend time with her establish an enduring benchmark. This paternal involvement acts as a powerful protective factor, correlated with higher self-esteem, academic success, and a reduced likelihood of engaging in risky behaviors. Historically, fathers were often emotionally distant, but contemporary fathering is evolving, with many dads actively striving for greater engagement. It's vital for fathers to understand the provider tragedy, that their presence and dedicated time are often far more cherished than material provisions. Shared activities, consistent conversations, and genuine interest are the currency of this connection. Navigating a daughter's puberty requires particular sensitivity. Maintaining warmth and affection while respecting her evolving need for privacy, perhaps simply knocking before entering her room, is crucial. Avoiding negative comments about her appearance and communicating gently are also non-negotiable, as harsh words can inflict lasting damage. Practical strategies like dad dates, finding creative ways to integrate time into busy schedules, actively listening without immediately offering solutions, and openly modeling values like honesty and respect all contribute to a robust father-daughter bond. Crucially, even if a father had a strained relationship with his own dad, he possesses the power to break that cycle, choosing vulnerability and conscious learning to become a loving, engaged parent. Complementing parental figures, a robust circle of women, often encompassing grandmothers, aunts, or close family friends, provides invaluable support. These auntie figures offer unique wisdom, alternative perspectives, and emotional nurture, becoming particularly essential during adolescence when girls naturally seek to define themselves beyond their primary caregivers. They serve as safe confidants, offering guidance through major life transitions and providing candid, practical advice on relationships, helping girls navigate difficult choices and avoid self-destructive paths. A critical role for these women, alongside mothers, is to positively frame a girl's transition through puberty, particularly her first menstruation. This biological milestone marks a sudden and profound entry into womanhood and fertility. Openly discussing menstruation beforehand demystifies it, replacing potential shame or fear with understanding and empowerment. Providing clear, comfortable information about hygiene, products, and normal bodily changes normalizes this experience. Creating a personalized rite of passage, whether a simple family gathering or a larger celebration of supportive women, becomes an invaluable way to acknowledge her growth, helping her psychologically transition from child to woman. Such a deliberate marking of this milestone sends a powerful message of welcome, support, and recognition of her growing responsibilities. Finally, navigating the relational tapestry includes fostering a happy and healthy sexuality, a significant challenge in the modern landscape. The pervasive availability of online pornography, particularly for young men, has introduced distorted, often violent, and depersonalized views of sex that starkly contrast empathy and kindness. This can lead to unrealistic expectations in boys and pressure on girls to conform to damaging portrayals, often resulting in disillusionment, a sense of diminished agency, and a feeling that sex is a chore rather than a joyful connection. Issues like sexting further complicate this, exposing girls to humiliation or blackmail. Rather than avoiding these difficult topics, parents must engage in ongoing, age-appropriate conversations, understanding that young people, despite outward appearances, genuinely desire guidance and a positive perspective on love and intimacy. Effective sex education focuses not merely on damage control, but on the emotional potential for joy, connection, and mutual respect in sexual experiences. Girls who receive positive messages that their bodies are their own, that sex can be good, and that they deserve pleasure and freedom in their love lives are more likely to delay early sexual activity, make selective choices about partners, and ultimately experience more fulfilling relationships. Key strategies include debunking the harmful myths perpetuated by pornography, example, that sex is anonymous, fast, or that women enjoy degradation, and emphasizing that a girl doesn't have to settle for anything less than a respectful, mutually pleasurable connection. A home environment built on mutual respect between all members, free from put-downs or body shaming, provides the foundational ethos for healthy and happy sexuality. Embracing strength and agency in a complex world. True strength, often called backbone, combines inner fortitude with genuine compassion, enabling an individual to act with integrity and perseverance. It means being kind and empathetic, yet also reliable, persistent, and unwavering in one's principles. This inner strength manifests as the capacity to push through exhaustion, to stand firm in one's convictions against criticism, and to act courageously even when fear is present. Children naturally possess an innate drive to explore and learn. Parents nurture this internal power by respecting their nascent desires, gently explaining boundaries rather than squelching their courage. A crucial aspect of developing this strength lies in mastering one's emotions. A resilient individual acknowledges feelings like fear, anger, or sadness, but consciously chooses to act in alignment with what is right, fostering a positive attitude and constructive self-talk. Observing authentic role models who navigate challenges with grace and determination profoundly helps children internalize these essential traits. In this context, anger emerges as a vital, often misunderstood emotion, particularly for girls. It is a fundamental tool for self-defense and for asserting what is just and right. Girls benefit immensely from learning to express anger effectively, not destructively, to defend themselves, articulate their needs, and demand respect when boundaries are crossed. This capacity is closely linked to the establishment of firm yet reasoned boundaries by parents. Consistent parental monitoring, involving respectful inquiries about where a daughter is, who she's with, and what she's doing, reinforces a sense of care and accountability. Furthermore, consistently enforcing rules and addressing dishonesty with calm seriousness rather than explosive anger teaches invaluable lessons about consequences and trust. Sharing household responsibilities from an early age also builds backbone, fostering persistence, cooperation, and a sense of contribution, preventing the development of unhealthy dependence. Conversely, using put-downs or verbal criticism severely damages a child's self-worth and undermines her ability to form healthy relationships. Instead, parents can model powerful, respectful communication through iMessages, articulating feelings and expectations clearly and non-judgmentally. I feel concerned when you stay out late because I worry for your safety, and I would like you to call if plans change. This approach fosters trust, teaches honest expression, and demonstrates that vulnerability can be a potent form of strength. Beyond personal resilience, a broader understanding of feminism is essential for a girl to fully embrace her strength and agency. Feminism, at its core, champions equal opportunities, rights, and safety for girls and women, mirroring those afforded to boys and men. It advocates for a world where daughters possess the same life chances as sons, free from discrimination, systemic bias, and abuse. This encompasses everything from actively encouraging girls in traditionally male-dominated fields like STEM, to protesting harmful media portrayals, to ensuring equitable career advancement. An appreciation for the historical context of women's rights is profoundly empowering. Reflecting on a time just a century ago when women faced severe limitations, lacking property rights, legal protection, political representation, and control over their reproductive health, highlights the magnitude of change brought about by social movements. The immense struggle of the suffragette movement for voting rights and subsequent campaigns for equal pay and other freedoms underpin many of the liberties women enjoy today. Understanding this rich history helps girls recognize that their personal experiences of societal pressure, unfair treatment, or gendered expectations are not individual failures but symptoms of larger systemic inequities. By connecting their individual struggles to this ongoing collective fight for equality, girls can transform feelings of anxiety or isolation into a powerful sense of purpose and shared empowerment, equipping them to advocate for themselves and others in an ongoing pursuit of justice. Integrative Analysis Implications. The journey of guiding a daughter toward womanhood is not a linear progression through isolated tasks, but a holistic and dynamic interplay of inner development, relational competency, and personal empowerment. This commentary highlights that thriving requires a carefully constructed foundation built upon a secure inner landscape where a girl feels deeply loved, free to explore her inherent wildness, encouraged to cultivate her unique passions, and connected to a larger spiritual purpose. These elements form the internal compass that will guide her through life's complexities, ensuring she understands her inherent worth and place in the world. Simultaneously, a daughter's ability to navigate the relational tapestry is crucial. This involves mastering the delicate art of friendship, understanding the profound and unique influence of a father's love, leveraging the wisdom of a broader female support network, and developing a healthy, joyful, and respectful approach to sexuality. In an increasingly interconnected yet often impersonal world, these relational skills are indispensable for building meaningful connections and discerning toxic influences from healthy ones. A girl equipped with strong relational intelligence can cultivate empathy, assert boundaries, and foster authentic intimacy, rather than falling prey to manipulation or distorted ideals. Finally, the commentary emphasizes the cultivation of personal backbone and a deep understanding of feminism. Backbone provides the inner strength, persistence, and courage to uphold principles, master emotions, and communicate effectively, even when advocating for oneself. This personal resilience is then contextualized and amplified by an understanding of feminism, which grounds individual struggles in a broader historical and systemic fight for equality. This lens empowers a daughter to view personal injustices not as isolated incidents, but as manifestations of larger societal inequities, transforming potential anxiety into a powerful drive for collective action and self-advocacy. The implications for parenting are profound. It is a call for intentional, conscious engagement, moving beyond mere survival, to actively fostering a thriving existence for one's daughter. This requires continuous self-reflection from parents, acknowledging their own developmental histories and consciously choosing to break negative generational patterns.
It demands a willingness to slow down, to listen without judgment, to set firm but loving boundaries, and to model the very values, respect, courage, empathy, and integrity that one wishes to instill. Ultimately, this comprehensive approach seeks to launch not just a successful daughter in conventional terms, but a whole, resilient, and purposeful woman. A woman who is emotionally intelligent, securely attached, intrinsically motivated, relationally adept, spiritually grounded, and personally empowered to navigate challenges, contribute meaningfully, and advocate for a more just world. It's a continuous, evolving journey for both parent and child, where the destination is a confident, connected human being.
Actionable exercises. And 1. Reflect and replenish your parenting wellspring. Your journey as a parent is deeply connected to your own experiences. Take some time to gently reflect on your childhood, particularly your earliest stages, 0 to 5 years. How secure and loved did you feel? Were you encouraged to explore confidently? Identify any gaps or unmet needs you might have carried. Recognizing these patterns isn't about blame, but about understanding how your past might unconsciously shape your parenting today. Next, commit to slowing down for just 15 to 30 minutes each day. This could be focused playtime, a calm conversation, or a shared quiet moment, free from distractions. During this time, practice being fully present, attuned to your daughter's emotional signals. Finally, identify 2 or 3 people who form your personal river of love, friends, family, or community members who can offer you emotional nourishment and support. Reach out to them this week. Replenishing your own emotional reserves empowers you to give more effectively and consciously guide your daughter with a calm, loving presence. 2. Unleash her wild spirit. Girls today face immense pressure to grow up too fast. Let's reclaim and protect her precious childhood. Schedule dedicated wild time for your daughter this week. This means uninhibited outdoor play, perhaps in nature, allowing her to get messy, climb, run, and explore without adult-directed structure. Encourage her to dress for active play, prioritizing comfort and function over appearance. If you are a father, intentionally engage in activities that foster physical confidence and measured risk-taking, building her hardiness and self-reliance. Simultaneously, become a fence builder against toxic cultural messages. Review your family's media habits. Limit screen time, especially in bedrooms, and prioritize family conversations over passive viewing. Discuss the curse of perfect and emphasize inner strength and experiences over external validation. Model a healthy body image and self-acceptance yourself, focusing on what your body can do rather than just how it looks. Empower her to grow slow, grow strong. 3. Dad's Intentional Connection Challenge. Fathers play an irreplaceable role in shaping their daughter's self-worth and future relationships. This week, commit to a dad date with your daughter. This should be dedicated one-on-one time, free from other adults or siblings, focused purely on connection and enjoyment, not interrogation. It could be a walk, a coffee, a shared hobby, or just talking in the car. Beyond scheduled dates, look for small, creative ways to integrate your presence into her daily life, walking her to school, sharing a meal, helping with homework. Practice listening without judgment. Resist the urge to immediately solve her problems or boomerang conversations back to your own experiences. Instead, focus on understanding her perspective. Consistently acknowledge her unique qualities, talents, and future potential, making her feel special and truly seen. Model respect and gentle communication towards her mother and others, setting a powerful standard for her expectations of all men. 4. Discover and ignite her spark. Every girl has a spark, a deep interest, ability, or passion that ignites her enthusiasm and connects her to the world. Your role is to be her spark hunter and nurturer. This week, actively observe your daughter. What activities does she gravitate towards naturally? What makes her light up with genuine joy and focus, creating a flow state? It could be anything from caring for animals to building with blocks, drawing, or a sport. Once you identify a potential spark, provide gentle support without imposing rigid expectations. Offer resources like books, materials, or opportunities to explore further. If possible, connect her with an external adult, a coach, teacher, or mentor, who can also acknowledge and encourage her interest. Be mindful of false sparks driven by external pressures like appearance or over-competitionism. Ensure activities foster genuine enjoyment and well-being over perfection. Shift your mindset from simply managing her activities to helping her thrive through authentic passion. 5. Cultivating her inner backbone. Backbone is the inner strength that allows your daughter to be kind, reliable, persistent, and true to herself. Help her build this resilience by teaching her to master her emotions. Acknowledge her feelings, fear, anger, sadness, but gently guide her to act based on what is right, not just how she feels. Encourage her to express anger effectively when defending herself or standing up for justice, teaching her that it can be a tool for self-defense rather than aggression. Consistently set firm, reasoned boundaries. For example, before outings, calmly ask what, when, where, and who with, and hold her accountability. Involve her in age-appropriate household responsibilities. This teaches persistence, cooperation, and a sense of contribution. Most importantly, practice communicating with I messages, e.g., I feel frustrated when your clothes are left on the floor because it creates extra work for me, and I would like you to put them away. This models respectful, honest communication and shows her that vulnerability can be a powerful form of strength. That wraps up our exploration of today's book. If even one idea here gave you something to reflect on, give it a like so YouTube knows to share more with you. And if you'd like the next insight in your feed, hit subscribe. Remember, what you heard today is our independent interpretation, enriched with analysis and exercises. The full book has far more depth, so consider reading it to experience the author's work directly. Thanks for listening to DeftU Insights, where we turn great books into tools for growth.